right, guys, welcome back. We'll try this again. I think it's going to take several recordings, but I've gone ahead and placed the dots on here. So I have -1 and 1/2. We talked in the last, it's going to be between -1 and -2. If you don't remember, you're going to go right here to shape and pick the circle. And then once you place it on the graph, then you will fill it in right here with the color. All right, so positive 3.25 with a blue dot. So 3.25 falls between 3 and 4. 3.5 or 3.50 would be halfway. So 3.25 is going to be a little bit to the left of that. So put your blue dot there. Next one, we have a -450% with a red dot. So first of all, it's negative. It's a percent, so we need to change it to a decimal. Percent to decimal, Pepper Doctor. Remember, we move our decimal 2 times to the left, so we would get a -4.50 or a -4.5. So -4.5 falls halfway between -4 and -5. And then 2.75 with an orange dot. So 2.75 is going to fall between 2 and 3, a little bit closer to 3 because 2.5 or 2.50 is halfway. So 2.75 is going to be a little bit to the right of that. Okay, if you need to, pause it and go to yours and fill those out. Slide 29 says finding rational numbers on the number line. Okay, so we have A. Let's look at A. A falls between a -3 and a -4. All right, so the only numbers over here that we have is -6.5. That won't work. A -125%, a -4.5, a -5.5, and a -3.5. Well, -3.5 is going to fall between -3 and -4. I'm going to drag that over if it allows me. Okay. B is really close to 0. It's a positive on the positive side between 0 and 1, so it's less than 1. So the numbers that are positive or less than 1 would be 1/4, 0.75, and that's all. So 1/4, if you put that in your calculator, would be 1 divided by 4, which would be 0.25. That's going to be closer to 0 than 0.75. So that means B is going to be 1/4. So we'll drag that over. C is, again, it's positive and it's between 4 and 5, closer to 5. So it's going to be 4 point something or 4 and a fraction. So that's negative. That won't work. 4 and 3/4 could work. Negative won't work. Nope, it's just going to have to be 4 and 3/4. Okay, D. Notice it's on the negative side. It's between -1 and -2. Okay, so our negatives, that won't work. That might. Negative won't work. So that has to be it. So if you think about this percent, if we change it to a decimal, percent to decimal, we move our decimal 2 times left, it would be a -1.25, which would make sense at about right there. So we'll drag that one over. And our last one, E, is between -5 and -6. All right, so we have a -5.5. -6.5 would be over here more, so that won't work. So it has to be -5.5. Okay. Next slide. Slide 30 says compare using greater than, less than, or equal to. So we have a -1.2 and a positive 0.8. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and I'm going to start here on the next video.